step into my hair layer. Forgive the silly rhyming words there, but I kind of do have a hair layer. Today, we're going to be talking about the brand new GHD Wave Triple Barrel Hair Waver. And I'll tell you why it's become part of my hair layer. I always tell you guys that I am a fashion and beauty editor. Professionally, I have done this in print for well over 20 years. There's one part of my YouTube journey that I do not do as a kind of professional bent, that I basically have no business doing, and that is hair tools. And this is why I do it. It's a passion of mine. I love hair tools and hair gizmos. I like gizmos in general, but especially hair gizmos. Secondly, I am terrible at doing my hair. So I know that seemingly you would think that gives me no business doing this. But the reason why I do it is I figure if I can use these tools, so can you. And I know that there are a ton of amazing, I watch them too, amazing hair tutorials. Oh God, some so good from real trained professionals. But I am not. I am so clumsy with my hair. And I figure, if I have any success with them, then you can too. And I buy every gizmo, you guys, because this is fun for me. I buy all the cheapo like ones you see on TikTok, and then I buy the GHD, I buy the Dyson, and I go through all of them, and I feel like I'm really going to give you the opinion because I enjoy it. Just a little different than how I review makeup and when I have in the past professionally looked at fashion, okay? This is really, I'm just having fun, and I have seen that people enjoy it, okay? So let's talk about this right now. Everything will be listed down below, everything I mentioned, plus where I can in YouTube shopping, where I can, so that you can kind of, take a look at it there or peruse it. Okay, so let's talk about this. This is a pricey little guy because it's GHD, and we're going to compare it to some of the cheaper versions, which I've also reviewed because this is fun for me, okay? So as I said, this is the new GHD Wave Triple Barrel Hair Waver. It's the latest in the hair wave craze that's going on now. Of course, GHD had to get in on it. I don't believe Dyson has yet. I'm sure they will. This is $199, so $200. It's got 2 temperature settings. It's got ergonomic barrels, so they kind of fit into your hair really well. It's got a cool tip and a safety stand, which we'll talk about, and we'll compare it to some of the much cheaper versions that I think this is why GHD wanted to get in on it. And GHD can run more expensive than $200. And yes, I paid for this myself. And yes, if I didn't like it, I would be returning it. I'm not really above that. These are expensive. So I'm not going to return this one. And I'll tell you why. Let's talk about the good and the bad. And what I'm going to have running in on the side of me, to either side of me, will be some footage of me playing with it and using it to get what we have here in front of us today, and first time using it. And I filmed it. I just filmed it right out the gate. But warning, depending upon when I edit it, some of this footage of me using it might be sped up a little bit. I like to tell you that so you don't think it's exact holding times with the tool. I'll tell you how long I actually held it for. Okay, so I have tried a few of these different ones. I've tried the Tymo one. That's this one here. I like the Babe Waves X. That's this Trademark one. I've tried that. And I've even tried this like 3-pronged one here. And I'm going to tell you, and these are all much cheaper. These are all kind of like TikTok shop type situations. Amazon, This is my first kind of, I like GHD and Dyson the best. But this is my first kind of like premium experience with a hair waver, and I have good and bad things to say about it, but I will tell you I'm not going to be returning it. Okay, so hair waving is the new crimp, right? Unfortunately, I was alive. I was very, very young, but I was alive for the crimping phase. Do you remember crimped hair? I'll put a picture of that up on there. And everyone calls these crimpers. They're not. They're wavers. Like my hair right now is not crimped. It's wavy. Okay, and actually my hair is naturally wavy, so this is good to enhance natural texture, but I did this from straight, and in fact I'll put a little video up here. I did it with straight hair that was kind of creased from being back in a pony, and it looked awful. So what better time to use a waver than when your hair's kind of got that crease in it. Now, FYI, my hair is in between right now. It's getting to that in-between stage. I had my hair pretty short for a while, and it was getting shorter and shorter and shorter, and it was like right here. And I finally realized I just hated it. It was like mushroom head. I have really thick hair, and no matter how much we thinned it on the sides, I just had like an entire, it was like a round helmet on my head, and I absolutely hated it. So I am in the process of growing it out, and I am going to grow it super long. For me, super long. I'm going to grow it like to here and then decide what to do with it. My first goal is just growing it out, but luckily, you know, it's getting a lot longer, you guys, even waved. I think you can see my hair grows about an inch a month, and I realize I'm lucky with that. So we'll get there, but we're getting to that awkward stage. Right around here is awkward. So I kind of wanted to get this so I have something to help me through that awkwardness, because you're going to see my hair back a lot. It's just not, this is a bad length for me. I don't know about you. All right, so let's talk about this first on short hair. I like, for short hair, I've always used the Babe Waves X. It's a Trademark. That's the brand. Kind of looks like that. Does one wave, and then you scooch it down the hair. I have reviewed this. I'll put some of my hair reviews at the end, or I'll put like a, I think I have my hair tutorial, like a whole series of them, and I'll link that at the end so you can look at it. This is great. It's advertised for shorter hair, and it's good for short hair. The bigger ones are tough on short hair. This one included. Because look how wide this is. If I were not growing my hair out long, which I am, if I didn't have two daughters, both with very long hair, I think if I were keeping my hair bobbed, especially when it was shorter than this, I would skip this. I did send a little note actually on Instagram to GHD asking them if this is good for short hair. And they said yes, and they said they have some tutorials they'll post. And I didn't find it bad for hair at this length, but you'll see, I'll put in some videos of me using it. I pretty much only got it down the hair shaft really once. And then you don't really, it slides really nicely. If you keep it closed, it slides really nicely, but I wouldn't do that because as you slide it, you're also kind of straightening it. So I would definitely open it and pull it down. All right, so let's talk about why I'm keeping it though, other than the fact that I am growing my hair out. This is it's a big machine. It's a little bit heavy, so that's a good and a bad. Heavy can be good though, because it's well made. It does slide down the hair, but you want to open, down, and clamp again. Don't just slide. Let me just tell you that. And I'll have myself using it. When you compare it to a cheaper kind of TikTok version, this is one from the brand INH of a triple waver. This one is definitely, the GHD is definitely nicer, and this one's cheapness definitely shows. This is heavier, but you know, kind of in a good way. It means it's a quality product. This one, when you open this, it's just kind of very clumsy and hard to open. This is nice and ergonomic, opens very easily. This one has a stand. This cheap one has a stand that you have to remember to put down. It's always going to move, you know, when you're in between hair. Because as you see from the videos I'm running on the side, I would put it down in between, and I was putting my hair up and doing the under layers and things. This one has a nice stand that remains up. I hope that's showing. So you can easily put this down. Whereas with this cheaper version, a lot of the cheaper versions, see, it already needs to be. And it's going to get a little hot when it touches this. Okay, so that is true. I held this in, and I don't think I'm going to have to speed up my footage at all, but I held this in. They say anywhere from 5 to 8 seconds. I think I held mine in about 10. I have very thick hair. I lack a lot of patience, so I end up taking too thick of sections. So I held it in for about 10 seconds. Those 10 seconds were in my head, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. And I can't necessarily be trusted on that because the other day I was so excited that it's so easy for me now that I've built up. You know, in exercise, I do my planks, and it's so easy for me to do 1 minute long planks. And the other day, just for fun, rather than timing my planks in my head, I used my iPhone to time it. And I was like, oh, yeah. I do like 40-second planks. I was going 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. So I don't know if I can be trusted, but I'd say I did about 8 to 10 seconds, depending on how much. Really easy to open it, gentle, doesn't hurt the hands, really nice here, okay? Quick complaint. And I'm not really justified because the cheaper devices do it too. This whole area right here is hot. Though there's a cool tip right here on the top. If you touch this when you're guiding it, this is all nice and cool on the very top. The back is just as hot as the prongs. Did I burn myself? No. Did I almost burn myself? Absolutely not. And yet, while using it, did I remain terrified of this backside that was red hot? Yes. And so that made it a little bit of an anxiety-causing experience to use the waver. However, because it's a big piece of equipment, you know? However, I looked at like the Tymo and the Babe Waves, they get hot too. So like I plugged this guy in and I was like, oh, look at that, burning hot on all sides. When you are using this waver, there's just like no part of you that ever feels like you're gonna rest this on the back of your head anyway. And I noticed that. It's just that it's so big and with this whole area really hot, it scared me, but the others do that too. So it's unfair to accuse GHD of that. It's just that for $200, I just wish that this tip here, and maybe they can't do that. I don't know if it's a design flaw or if the engineers at GHD would tell me that they can't do that because then it wouldn't work as well. I don't know. You're never going to have to feel like you should rest it against your face or anything. So I didn't even almost burn myself, but I was like cognizant of it and worried about it the whole time. And I wasn't with these smaller, lighter devices, but they're hot all around too. All right, so my favorite for shorter hair has been the Babe Waves X, but I'll tell you the problem with it. Your hair is frizzy afterwards. And before you say, Rebecca, that's user error, and in part it might be, but before you say that, I have seen the comment section, like on TikToks about this particular product, with people going, why is my hair frizzy after I use it? And mine is always frizzy after I use it. I have to put like a lot of hair oil in. I have no frizziness. This is 2 hours after using the new GHD, and there is absolutely no frizz. I mean, anything that you're seeing there is just, you know, the way I did my hair. Also, this one, for $200, you better get this, and you do. This one does not have make any kinks or crimps in the hair. It is definitely light, loose waves that looks very much similar to actual wavy hair that I have and that my oldest daughter has. My hair is, what do they call that? Irish curls, do they call that? Straight on top and kind of wavy underneath. But this is mimicking on top the actual waves I have underneath. There is no frizziness and there is no kinks, which the cheaper ones will give you. The Babe Wave X for me has been the most affordable, easy one when my hair was shorter. Yeah, no, it's you know, it's smaller. So it moves through short hair easier. And this one, my youngest loves this Tymo one. And this is good for short hair too, because it's only one waver. It's not a trip, but you know, GHD is gonna say it's a triple barrel waver, Rebecca. It's not a single one. True. But I used it fine. I only use it once on my hair. I don't need to move it down. But if you have longer hair, you will open, down, clamp again. Easy. Does not cause any kinks in the hair and does not cause any sort of frizz, which is really, really good for $200. I didn't play with the temperature settings. I guess it's got dual temp settings. I just let it kind of heat up to where it heats up to. When you plug it in, it plays its little song. You know the GHD song, right? We all know that. It was really easy, pretty quick. These have lasted. I made sure that video you're seeing on the side, I filmed about 2.5 hours ago, and this is it now. Very gentle, light waves, but they're not coming out. I sprayed my hair first with a kind of a texturizing. I'll put a picture of what I used on the screen and I'll put it down below. I do know that GHD has a kind of newer texturizing spray that will also be a heat protectant. So use whichever one that you like. And I put a little bit of hair oil in my hair, Olaplex oil in my hair. I'll put that below as well, just to kind of make sure that it was tamed and no frizz. But I'm really happy with it. It's a very carefree, casual style. It's a good alternative to curls. My only complaints, I will say them again, my only complaints are because it is such a big piece of machinery, I was more cognizant of this hot space in the back, and though I didn't nearly burn myself, I kept feeling like I might, and it scared me a little. It is heavy, but I associate that with quality, so I'm okay with that. I don't think I would invest in this if I were keeping my hair at this length or shorter, because it's triple barrel. And again, GHD would be like, well, yeah, it's not single barrel, it's triple barrel. Don't hold that against us. You know what I mean? And they'd be right if they said that. But for me, I'm growing mine out, and my 2 daughters will make use of it as well. Other than that, very high quality, nice. The weight is not so heavy you can't use it. Definitely doesn't frizz. Easy to use, right out of the box used it. No crazy heaviness on the, a lot of these appliances have like a really heavy, big square thing. No, this has just got the plug. Easy to plug in, easy to use, a very obvious how to use it throughout. Nice stand. You know what? I'm keeping mine. I will not return it. If I disliked it, you bet I'd be returning it. So that is my latest little thing. Ask any other questions down below, but I'm happy with it. I mean, I think if you want to talk beachy waves for the summer, just a really casual hairstyle, I think it works. I think it's cute. It's very cash, but I like it. And for $1.99, I mean, if I didn't invest in all these little cheap ones, I'd probably almost have it. You know what I mean? So ask me any other questions that you have down below. I think it's a quality, good product, so I am giving it a thumbs up, but I'm here for your questions down below. Make sure that you join me, you guys. I've got all these reviews up in truncated form over on TikTok. I'm over on Instagram and Threads, and come on. Hey, we got a Facebook group. We got a membership here on YouTube that you can join. $4.99 a month here on YouTube, but everything goes back into buying all this sort of stuff for review. And we have lives for our members once a week. We have a lot of fun. So come on over and say hello. I'll see you all in the comments. Make sure that you like and share and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.